Today we are going to cut down the basil and propagate some cuttings. We're in autumn, summer's rocking up, and this fella's going to die down soon, so I'm going to cut him back a bit, take cuttings. I'm going to show you how it's done. Here's a nice one that I've just done. You can see I cut it just below the note, clean it up, and then these leaves I'm going to take off. I'm going to save these leaves, we can use them. Take all the big leaves off. And that is basically what I'm going to leave. So we're back in the hothouse tunnel. I've got my chai tea, and I am going to now just show you what I have done with the basil. So don't know if you can see, got the basils here. I cut it just below the notes, and what I'm going to do is exactly what I did with these guys. I've actually left these a little bit too long, and the leaves are starting to go yellow, which means they've got to be potted out. But this is just taking cuttings and putting it in water. And check these roots out. Need to untangle them. Beautiful roots. How beautiful are these roots? It's basically taking cuttings and putting them in water and rooting them up. I'll show you what you can do with these guys. Okay, so you take a cutting, root it, and I've planted one here. What you can do is take the bad leaves off and then just give it a good water in, because now you've just put it in soil and it's used to water. So a nice good water in. Okay. And then the rest, what I'm going to do is that I've got some compost. This is from our garden, and I'm going to plant one in there and get another one and plant another one. So if we take a walk just outside the hothouse, you'll see I've got my bag here that I've gone and taken some beautiful compost. Let's put these basils into their new home. And give them a good water in this last one. I think I'm just going to keep it out here. Just make sure that we water it in very well. Come back here to that. Just let that settle in a bit, and then we water it again. Let that soak in. So we've got the water from when these basil was in there. I'm just gonna pop these guys in the same glass. Let's make sure that there's always water in it. We'll come back to it in a few days and should have rooted. Another propagation that you can do is fig branches. You just cut them. You can either put them in water. You can see I put these guys in water and they're already starting to root. And the leaf has opened up there, the same as this one. Like a whole new branch has come out on the side there. Now I've done it this way in soil. I know it works because this is from 6 cuttings that I've done. Took one of our dwarf plants and I had to trim it down. Decided just to cut it in segments of 6, put it in growth hormone, put them in pots exactly, I think it was little little seedling trays like that, and then took them out to check on them because I saw green leaves on them and they had beautiful roots, healthy roots on them, and I gave them away because I've already got 2 dwarf trees. This one I might be giving to a colleague of mine. My goal is to actually try and graft the fig trees next season, and I know that my neighbor wouldn't mind me going across and grabbing some more branches, but these are the small, the very small dwarf figs. They're small and they're purple, where the ones that I've got are 2 different varieties, but they're big, they're green, and they like pink red inside. So I look forward to the bigger figs. I've never ever tried a green fig before. Rosemary is another plant that you can do cuttings and propagate. So I did a few. You'll be able to actually see the white growth on here, and then over here it's woody. This is where I actually trimmed it. So this is all new growth, and I trimmed all of these. You can see the white, and I put it in water, propagated. Some I put in soil, and when they had rooted I stuck them right here. So this is a whole new rosemary bush from an existing plant. The same here and the same over here, and this one's actually quite nice. It's bushed out, so give it a try, especially if you like rosemary, and rosemary is really nice herb. Another plant that you can cut and repot will be your gooseberry. You just cut a few off there, stick it in a pot, it will also grow. The same as dragon fruit. If I cut the dragon fruit over here and put it in a pot like I have there, these guys have rooted. They are stern, I can't lift it out, so I know that these guys are well established, and that is just from a cutting. So we were talking about propagating tomatoes, and You just cut it below a note, you stick it in the ground and you keep it watered and moist. It will grow just like this one has grown. So this is actually just from a cutting I just stuck in. Just cut a branch, stick it in the ground, and poof, you got a brand new plant. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, follow, and join me on the next journey.